Mavs fans. Welcome to Pod Maverick After Dark. I'm Kirk Henderson, joined by Josh Bowe. We are both sitting in low ambient light for different reasons, but we're here following a overtime win or overtime loss by the Dallas Mavericks on Monday, December 15th. Josh, how are you? Are you muted yourself? This is a great start to the pod.
How did that even happen?
I
haven't even touched my mouse. I didn't touch anything. I literally sitting here with my hands folded since you hit let's go. Yeah, I mean that was certainly a game. This is a very funny game because depending on who you ask, that's either a devastatingly bad loss or an awesome loss. Like you're certainly going to see some fans that are like, "Oh, they lost!" Like hooray! And then there's going to be fans that are, rightfully pissed that they absolutely blew a game against a team that they're better against. And if they want to, I don't know what the Mavericks want to do. I think that's probably the biggest mystery around the team and around the league in terms of like, do they actually want to trade and do they want to rebuild around Cooper Flagg, or are they trying to be a playoff team? Because entering tonight, they were 10th, and you look at all the teams around them, like the Jazz, and you would think the Mavericks are better than, Utah and Portland and Memphis and all these teams around 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. With how the Mavericks have been playing for the last 3 weeks, maybe they turn a corner and this loss hurts, drops them back out of 10th. And I don't know what to say. They blew it. They had it and they blew it in the fourth quarter.
So let's pull back a little bit because we've not talked in about a week, and we'll circle back to this game. But the 15th is an interesting day for a variety of reasons. The main one being anybody that was signed, coming out of free agency, is now available to be traded. With the Mavericks can trade anybody on their team except for PJ Washington, who is ineligible to be traded until the calendar year flips over for NBA business, which is not until July. So as a result of that, this is just one of these days where you're the Mavericks losing a winnable game on a trade on a important day in the trade deadline calendar feels symbolic, even if it's ultimately pretty meaningless, because the Mavericks are going to do what the Mavericks are going to do. Christian Clark of The Athletic had this piece where the Maverick, it was an intel piece where based on what he's hearing, but the language that he's getting fed from sources is intentionally cagey. You could, depending on your reading, you could think, okay, the Mavericks are trying to say, hey, the price is going to be high for player X, or you could read it as the Mavericks actually believe that they could win some stuff. Now, I just need to say this before I forget. If the Mavericks are at all concerned what Cooper Flagg thinks about this year by tanking, someone needs to sit him down and have a real conversation with what that means. And also, someone in the Mavericks organization needs to read Tim McMahon's Luka Doncic book. Jesus Christ. If he doesn't like it, I don't care. I don't want them to tank either, mainly because I don't want to watch bad basketball. But, draft pick wise, they need to recoup all they can because the organization is just in a terrible spot. I mean, if you only watch the Dallas Mavericks and you only see, if you didn't happen to watch that Oklahoma City Spurs game the other night, the Mavericks are just not there. I don't have a lot of interest in being an 8 seed that gets bushwhacked by the Thunder for years. That's not interesting to me. So I'm just sort of thinking about that as I'm watching these games. And, I had a really good time tonight watching Cooper Flagg, looking forward to talking about that. But it's just, if it is a bit of a Rorschach test of a game where it's you get out of it what you want to get out of it. And the Mavericks don't play again until Thursday. Every game feels a little weird. Anthony Davis is out with calf stuff, even though he reportedly looked fine in the shoot around. D'Angelo Russell didn't play, even though there's just It's an odd time to be a Mavs fan in the sense of if you are only tuning in for the basketball, you're probably having a good time. If you're a transactional fan in terms of you like watching how the team gets built and like hang on every piece of news, this is just not. I hate this time of year. It's not fun. So
yeah, no, it's all posturing and agendas, and that's why I try to, the thing I can't take is the roller coaster after every story. And that's the thing where it's like, everyone's got to try to calm down. I get it. I was there too. So I can't be too mad at people, when I was in high school and college and that age, and I would see every story and react to it like it was gospel and get pissed off or get excited or whatever. So
we used to also just not have near as much information, which was probably better for all of our sanity.
No, absolutely. But yeah, this was the last like 5 minutes of this game were pretty bad, but we could start. I don't know where you want to start first with either the good, because we probably should talk about Cooper first.
Yeah.
I feel like people will get mad at us if we don't lead with Cooper being incredible, and then we can get into all the stuff that kind of sucked at the end of the fourth quarter, which kind of ties into Cooper too, because not that he was bad, but I think that kind of
18-year-old. Let's just start with the box score stats. Then 18-year-old Cooper Flagg turns 19 on Sunday. 42 points in 42 minutes, 13 of 27 from the floor, 15 of 20 from the line, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. And let me be clear, the field goal percentage doesn't do justice to how good he was this game.
No, he was shooting the ball incredibly well. And then he fell off, like everyone fell off. I mean, the whole team ran out of gas with like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So he missed a lot of shots toward the end of the game and in overtime. But that's not like his fault. He's 18-year-old playing in altitude. He was gassed. But yeah, he was incredible. I mean, I think this was, Tim McMahon tweeted this was the most points ever scored by an 18-year-old. Mavs TV broadcast said this was he tied Mark Aguirre's record for most points by a rookie in a single game, 42 points. Yeah, I mean, just incredible. And again, the paint, like just I'm looking at it now. I mean, he was 9 of 15 in the paint. And again, I don't know what he started. I mean, I can look now. I mean, he started a perfect 5 of 5. So he was 5 of 5 in the first half in the paint. Then in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, it kind of got off track a little bit. He was actually okay in the fourth. He was 3 of 5 in the paint.
The third was the time where things got a little quiet. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just more of the same, and it was just amplified. He had more opportunities. He took 27 shots and 20 free throws. Like, I mean, he had the ball a lot, and we could talk about that because that wasn't always great, like kind of toward the end of the game. But I mean, he was involved in every action. He was very decisive. The Jazz could not keep him in front of them. Like, I mean, he was getting by any defender that they threw at him. And it got to the point where they had to double him toward the end of the game to get the ball out of his hands. And like, that's just like 18-year-old on the road getting that kind of treatment. Like, it was just, I mean, it was fun to watch. I mean, he's got that left-handed finish. Like, it's crazy how good he is with his left hand.
Can we start with like the left-handed stuff? Because at what point are teams going to understand he can go to the left, like probably better than he can go to the right now?
Right. I don't know. Because but the way he's like still getting there. Like, I'm not saying teams are like playing him for that hand yet and trying to force him that way. But he's so good once he gets into the lane with his athleticism, and his footwork is pretty good. Like the way he's pivoting and kind of changing direction and changing speed and changing gears once he gets in the paint. I mean, there were times where I felt like he was kind of stonewalled, and then he kind of managed to slither his way back to his left hand and get an attempt, either get fouled or finish.
That's the part that's wild to me because it's like a counter.
He has the counters.
I mean, it's like he's so darn skinny right now. He just fits in these little crevices in the defense. It was really something. I had a great time watching.
I mean, when this guy can learn to make a jumper, I don't
See, and I
it's
just
crazy.
when do we think that is? So let's just kind of walk us through the first 10 or so games of the season. He's having to play point guard and he's out of sorts. We'll circle back to that later on in the season or in his career and talk about how weird that was. The next 10 games, he's getting a feel and he looks a little better. And then since around game 20 or so, he's just looked like a veteran basketball player. I don't see any sort of rookie element to his game right now. Do you?
Not really. I mean, being tired. That's part of it. I mean, he's not used to the NBA grind, and it hits everyone. It hits every rookie. They all talk about it. I mean, I'm sure you could find.
I just can't believe the kid played him 42 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they had no bench today.
That's true.
I don't know if that was by. I mean, part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of out of necessity. Taking a look at this stuff, like,
guys were. No. Yeah, guys were hurt. I mean, the only guy that didn't play that I think could have played was Caleb Martin, and he's like,
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, right. The only part, is obviously like, he got tired toward the end, which is fine. That's not a criticism. And the other part is, the double team, and then things stalled out toward the end, and that was the first time where it was kind of like, okay, I don't know, and it wasn't even bad because he had 4 turnovers, which is not like amazing, but also considering how much he played 42 minutes and his usage was pretty high this game. I don't have the number of his usage, but it was probably well over 30% in this game. I mean, he had 27 shot attempts and he had 20 free throw attempts. His usage was really high. So 4 turnovers is actually not bad, all things considered. But the late game, I don't know if this is a Cooper thing or a Mavs thing. They didn't have an answer for when he got double teamed, and Cooper didn't have the answer. I'm not sure if that's his fault, and the coaching staff certainly didn't have the answer either. And that was that was the only time the Jazz kind of felt like they neutralized him to some degree. Was late in the game. They were sending late doubles. They were getting creative with the timings of their doubles and when they were doing it. And that was the only time he looked like that. But otherwise, I mean, man, I don't know what to say. He's the real deal.
Yeah, and there's a floor raising element to his game too that I think is Ryan Nembhard is benefiting from. The whole team's benefiting from Ryan Nembhard. That's not fair, but
yeah,
it's just nice seeing a guy playing in the right position. I know from talking to people in the offseason, I think he and his family long term see him as a 3. If you're talking traditional NBA hierarchy, I don't necessarily think it matters because the way NBA teams are going, at least right now, is skilled size matters. And if he can do everything under the sun, which I think he eventually will be able to, handles one thing I'm a little curious about, but it's not. I mean, he just has such downhill force. I don't necessarily think it matters. Like it's hitting the 10 to 12 foot jumper on a dime is probably going to be as important to him as being able to dribble effectively. But he's just really good.
It would be one thing about the handle if it was like if he was struggling to get paint attempts. He's getting to the rim just fine, and he's 18, so presumably that stuff's only going to get better. And he's already like his handle isn't stopping him from doing what he does best, which is attack the paint. So. Yeah, he probably needs to work on his handle, but I don't know how much more. It's not like his handle isn't necessarily holding him back, other than maybe some of the creating for other players, maybe some of that stuff. But I mean, otherwise, he's getting what he wants.
Yeah. No, it's pretty special, and it's the sort of thing where I described him over the previous 2 games as it's actual appointment television in a way that I'm
absolutely.
Well, and I say this because when the Mavericks traded away Luka, it goes from being it's just candid. It goes from being something I was looking forward to because I really still found Luka's appointment television. I think by the time Luka was traded, you had kind of seen all you needed to see about the team development. Like there wasn't game to game, the Mavericks weren't playing. Like we weren't learning a lot. They were who they were, and they were either going to try to win a championship that way or this is different because there's things you can take away from every game. And appointment television for Luka was different in that it's like, okay, are we going to see this guy drop 80 points? because it's like that was in the cards. Flagg is appointment television because I don't know what he's capable of. I just don't know what he's capable of. And that's really fun. Like it's the kind of stat lines he's going to get. I'm really sick and tired of the 18-year-old stuff. Like I don't care.
Well, you've only got a couple more days of that or whatever it is.
Like I just it's
then it'll be he's the first 19-year-old to do this.
I just again I'm just like I don't care because I got to balance this because I care about him, but I want to know are we doing it in wins? Yeah, I'm too tired. Just a really fun player to watch. And I was talking to some dads in the basketball. It's like my son's basketball stuff. It's I told one guy, I was like, Josh and I might not have, we might have packed this up by now.
If they didn't have Cooper.
Yeah. No, I think we would have been justified.
Either voluntarily or involuntarily. It might have.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
all right. Well, speaking of involuntarily, we gotta insert some ads. So we pay the bills. I know we're not. Listenership is down. That's normal. It's just the time of year. Mavericks aren't particularly interesting unless you're a hardcore fan. But if you're with us right now, we appreciate you. You can support us by listening to those ads, telling your friends, grow the show here. And you, if you're really interested, there's a direct link in the show notes to where you can, send a little money our way if that's of interest to you. We will be right back after this commercial break. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out. If you want to hang out more, when Josh and I are done, I'll host a group therapy, just see if there's any interest. I do like talking to the people that I've been talking to, some new folks this year. It's interesting when we get people to cycle in and out. Our man, Mr. Green down in Australia, told me he only comes in after wins, which is funny because he'd probably be a very, very angry guy for the loss that I would enjoy listening to. But if you got takes you need to get off your chest, it's a good place to do so. And, this week, the game schedule is a little lighter. The next 2 weeks are going to be kind of funky for Josh and I suspect. I just got that feeling. Like I was looking at the calendar and with holidays and stuff, we're obligated to do podcasts. I don't know how many we're going to get during the Christmas break. We'll see. Let's see here. What else should we talk about here? Because when they're 9 deep, really, they played Jaden Hardy 11 minutes. I don't necessarily think they seeded this game because Anthony Davis was out with a calf contusion, which a lot of people are like, well, that's different than a calf strain. And I don't know how to tell people that the variations on a theme of a soft tissue injury. I don't like soft tissue injuries. Don't care. It's not that it's better or worse. It concerns me. He was out. Brandon Williams was out. I mean, they had 5 guys listed as out. So the fact that they were able to field a team was of value.
Yeah. I had, the Anthony Davis stuff is disappointing because I kind of thought it was more of a load management kind of thing. But it sounds like he kind of got banged up right at the end of that Nets game, which is unfortunate. So let's see if he plays another game. And if he misses the next game, then it's officially like, don't want him being hurt on the first day that players are eligible to be traded that were signed in the offseason where a lot of trade stuff is going to start opening up. You don't want him hurt then. So we'll see. But do you want to talk, what did you think about the end of the game? Because to me, Utah's defense is so bad. And the Mavericks were getting pretty much anything they wanted for most of the game. And then it felt like Utah was almost playing like possum because in the last 3 minutes, Utah played defense that was better than anything they had done the previous, 30, 35 or 38 minutes or whatever it is, 39 minutes. The way they picked and choosed when to double Cooper was really smart and it flustered the Mavs. They also felt like mid-game, I don't know, I think Will Hardy might have shown them a scouting report on Ryan Nembhard because the first half was, again, Nembhard walking into open jumpers and them going under screens on him and treating him kind of like, this is an undrafted two-way rookie. when I think Nembhard has shown he has earned more respect than that. Nembhard had another great game offensively. He had how many points? He had 14 points and 11 assists. But in the second, toward the end of the fourth quarter, like he didn't. I mean, no one really made a bucket for like the final 3 minutes of the game, and then for most of overtime. But Nembhard did most of his damage, I think, scoring wise. It felt like in the first half, and I think Utah, Nembhard is small. Breaking news. So like if you get up on him, I think I don't think he's the kind of guy that wants to get he doesn't score at the rim a lot. Most of his offense has been from jumpers. And it felt like Utah finally realized that toward the end of the game and stopped going under and stopped letting him walk into easy pull-up jumpers. And then the Mavericks offense felt like it didn't really have another gear. And the coaching staff, quite frankly, kind of looked kind of underprepared. I don't know if that's a coaching staff thing or players not executing thing, but they did not look like a team that knew what to do down the stretch in the fourth, other than, oh crap, Cooper, can you bail us out? Once the Jazz started doubling and once they stopped letting Ryan Nembhard kind of walk into easy jumpers and kind of giving him that space. And that part was a little disappointing, even if you want them to lose these games, is kind of that execution toward the end of the game was just not good, but they were also probably tired. So that,
to me, it has to be mostly tired because we've watched a lot of clutch Dallas basketball, and I don't feel like execution has been one of our regular concerns. Is that, am I remembering that right? Am I just too tired?
I mean, the first month of the season,
sure.
I mean, they just, they didn't have, but yeah, this winning stretch, I mean, they've been scoring well. They've been like a near top 10 offense for the last 2 weeks, which is kind of crazy when you think about how bad they were prior to these last 2 weeks. So it's been better. And I mean, they still scored enough points to win the game. I mean, their defense was really bad all game. Their offense was good for 80% of this game. Their defense was bad for 100% of it.
Well, so we've been having some fun conversations in our Slack. We probably need to do a better job of turning that stuff into content. But I made you probably made this judgment before, and I've glommed onto it in one way or another. I think the Mavericks offense comes apart if Klay Thompson isn't a part of it, because he's just been so good the last 4 weeks at hitting threes. But you said the defense was bad, and this is such an obvious statement, so it feels very stupid to say it out loud. Anthony Davis anchoring things at the 5 is pretty dang helpful for what the Mavericks are wanting to do, because they were just funneling guys to I think they're used to funneling guys to that what do you call it, 8-10 foot range,
floater range,
and you get Cisse there who just doesn't have the timing or the instincts or the reputation. And then Dwight Powell's face. Those are your two options, because Daniel Gafford was a mess and didn't play enough because he had kind of foul trouble and minutes limitations. So, it's Anthony Davis doesn't play. Defense is bad. It's again, very stupid statement, but it's just that's kind of your that's just where it really turned, where it's very obvious. I think they've gotten comfortable with him anchoring things.
Yeah, going from Davis as your anchor to Gafford, Powell, Cisse, that's immeasurable, that difference. The Jazz scored 66 points in the paint. They shot 52% from the field. They made more threes than the Mavs, which the Mavericks have actually been shooting threes better. This was actually, they made 4 more threes than the Mavs, and they won by 7. So
Keontae George was out of his mind tonight.
He's been out of his mind for a hot minute too.
Yeah.
And that's part, Ryan Nembhard is really good, is great. And this is the danger of him, playing 38 minutes. He can't guard. And that's not an indictment on him, because he's trying. It's not an effort thing. It's just he is physically just bigger guy. Yeah. It's just hard. And but the problem is they can't take him off the floor because the offense absolutely needs him. So point guards matter, and point guards that aren't, 5'10" matter too. Not that George is a huge guy, but he's he's 6'4". He's very athletic. So yeah, George kind of got to whatever spot he wanted to.
I think he really
and it wasn't
likes
just
playing
it wasn't
the
just
Mavs.
Nemhard. You know, he does like playing the Mavs.
I wonder what. So yeah, because it's not just Nemhard. Some of the threes that he was hitting tonight were it resulted in Mark Followell going on a Louisville ISD based a series of commentary about George's high school play in the area, which was pretty funny. So it's it's something to take a look at. I've been during did the Mavs win both games you didn't podcast for? I think
they've been winning a lot of. I assume so because they won 5 of their last 6.
Let's go. I'm just gonna go look here because I'm curious. So they beat the Nets and the Rockets. Yeah. So I've been getting a lot of pushback to my Ryan Nemhard doesn't move me stance. And that's because I just JJ Barea is a once in a million kind of player, really. And I'm not saying Nemhard can't be that. It's just I don't have expectations of that. And it's when we're talking about guys that are going to be on the team in 5 years, is Nemhard going to be one of those guys? I don't want to say no, but I also don't want to say yes. Because again, committing to a 5'10" point guard for a long term is not a normal NBA team rebuilding action. So he can be functional and fun right now, but the limitations will become more apparent as the year goes on. I don't care how good of a shooter he becomes. Height simply matters. Like the Mavericks, the what they do with Barea in the 2006 or 2011 finals, we'll probably never see something like that with a player that small ever again. Ever. So
yeah, and I mean, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I mean, he could still be part of the future. It's just he doesn't solve the point guard position. He does a lot, and he's playing over his skis, and I don't know, playing over his skis. I mean, he was a really accomplished college player. I mean, he was the best.
He's just not going to shoot 65% from 3. That's the real expectation. It's
so what happens? So what happens when he shoots normal?
They beat the Nets the other night, and then tonight, how did he shoot tonight?
He shot well. He was 6 of 12, 2 of 6 from 3 though. But
so that 2 of 6 from 3, they're good looking shots. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm not.
I don't think you're. I think it's not that you're wrong. It's that it doesn't have to be. Is he going to I don't think we need to have the is he going to be on the team in 5 years conversation. It more needs to be. He can't be the starting point guard in 5 years, but he could be on the team and be I don't see why he couldn't be a productive backup point guard.
That's why the Barea thing was so interesting when somebody threw that at me.
And Barea was a backup for most of his career too.
Right. And Barea didn't play like this early on. Barea got these tiny stints and then just kind of hung around. He must have been doing the right things at practice. I don't know. Yeah. So that's just sort of where we are. The Mavericks have another couple of days off, and then they play a bit of the fact that the Christmas week schedule has a doubleheader. Does it have a doubleheader? I think I saw it the other night. I just lost my mind. Yeah, we play in Philadelphia, an early game on Saturday. That's beautiful. An early 6 p.m. start time. That's magical for us early bedtime guys. Then they go Monday, Tuesday, New Orleans, Denver, that Christmas Day game, Denver, Saturday day game. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with some of this stuff, man. My family and I decided to go to St. Louis for Christmas week. And I'm going to be, this is not stuff I should be talking about on the podcast because it's boring. No one cares. But this was a nice bump because, we were looking at the loss after the loss to the Lakers. We looked ahead of the schedule and we couldn't identify more than 2 games where we thought the Mavericks were going to win, not win, but be favorites. And since then they've won 5 of 7. Yeah. So pretty good turnaround, all things considered.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the next 2 are going to be really hard: Detroit and then at Philadelphia. But they've got enough. Then they play New Orleans, and then they play Denver, but then they play Golden State and Sacramento and Portland in a row, and all 3 of those teams are playing
I know what I want to talk to you about before we go. That's stupid. Did you hear Mark Followell have to give the ad read for the anime night the Mavericks are hosting?
I did. I did not expect to hear Crunchyroll come out of Mark Followell's mouth tonight. That was pretty funny.
We need to get some of the more anime adjacent members of our staff coming up with what anime they think the Mavs announcing crew would most vibe with and why. Ron Harper talking about Chainsaw Man as a Chainsaw Man player. I don't. It just these. My wife was like casually listening. You're gonna love this. The Sixers, for some reason, and the Philadelphia Flyers are having a fourth wing night. Do you know what fourth wing is?
No.
Fourth wing is basically one of these it's not even like it's romantic.
Oh, it's like Hunger Games but like
dragons and kind of softcore porn.
Right, yeah. I've heard about that.
So it's really something. And I hit up my Philadelphia 76ers guy and I was like, do you know what fourth wing is? Because you're gonna have to talk about this on the radio.
Got some explaining to do.
That's right. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling. Let's stick around. I'm gonna stick around for group therapy, see if anybody wants to talk. We'll let you go to bed. Head over to Mavs Moneyball for the recap. Josh, I'll try to get stats after.
No, I'll get stats.
Oh, you see you're tired. You should go to bed.
Nah, I'm just gonna do it.
I guess there's there's probably like 3 numbers you could pick out.
Yes, this is if there's a night for me to do a late night stats, this is actually really easy because this was like
They are. The numbers for some of these games are boring, but this one has some standout.
Not boring.
So.
Yep.
All right. You guys, Rito, head over to Mavs Moneyball when you're actually listening to this and read those pieces. It helps us out. We'll see you guys on Thursday night. Thanks so much, and go Mavs. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pod Mavericks Group Therapy. This is our post game show where we talk out our feelings if the Mavericks lose, which they did to the Utah Jazz 140-133 in overtime. There is a link in the show notes in the YouTube channel if you want to join. Really easy to do by phone, by computer, whatever tickles your fancy. We can hang out in here a little while. Though I will admit I am fading, and God, I look terrible. I forgot to comb my hair before the show, but that's just the way it goes. But coming up first, friend of the show, Killer Cam. What's going on tonight, brother?
Man, gosh, I'm not gonna be that fan to blame the refs, man. But man, the Utah Jazz were hacking at the end of the game, man. It was crazy. I mean, especially Cooper, man. They legit fouling Cooper on every possession and never got called in the fourth quarter.
Which is funny because, like, the Jazz, I'm looking at the numbers here. It's pretty much there were 79. No, that's rebounds. There were 32. Yeah, the Mavs fouled 26 times. The Jazz fouled 32 times. The Mavericks shot 41 free throws. But you're saying you think it should have been even more than that?
Yeah, especially.
I get it.
But man, honestly though, I kind of knew Cooper was gonna miss it because right before on the final free throw, man. Because if you notice, like right before he was messing with his thumb. Mm-hmm. It was like, yeah, because I think like on the contact and one, I think either by bumping into him or on the way down, I think he kind of messed it up again.
Yeah,
and then later, like he like twisted his ankle a little bit, man. So honestly, man, like just sit him at this point, game or two, because I mean we're not doing anything this year, anyways. Especially since like I just got finished watching the Rockets and Denver game, and even though we beat both those teams, I still don't think with a full healthy. If either of those two teams are like full health or fully healthy, I don't think we beat them. So it's like even with AD, I just man, this is like this game. Even though it was a great game from Cooper and a pretty good game from Ryan, offensively, defensively, he has some good stops here and there, but his height just kind of limits him, and also like him still having his rookie strength. Like you could tell like he hasn't really hit like an NBA rhythm yet. So those two things kind of limit him. But man, it shouldn't be like when you're down like your best player with like 80 or like because like a few weeks ago, the Thunder played Utah without Shea, without Chet, I think, and they beat them by 40. Like you see San Antonio without Wemby still beat the Lakers in the Cup semifinal, and in the Cup quarterfinal, I think, in the quarter semifinal. But you see those teams even without their best player, like Chet, like playoff championship level teams, still beat kind of relatively medium, like mid teams with the Lakers or bad teams with the Jazz. They still beat them like pretty handily. And with us, even if you won, we were in a life and death with the Jazz.
Well, and one of the things
and it took like an historic night from Coop just to even like make it competitive. Because honestly, like if Coop didn't play this game, we probably got blown out.
Yeah, well, the one thing to remember against some of the better teams that we beat is I think they're running into issues where they're absolutely not getting their best shot from your Houston Rockets, from your Denver Nuggets. Now, that doesn't take anything away from the fact that the Mavericks won. It just kind of goes to show that anybody can play down. Now, whenever we play another bad team, this was another example, the early New Orleans loss and the, let me go back and take a look here. The Washington Wizards loss from the second game of the year. It's just when the Mavericks can't ever play down. And I think that had Anthony Davis played tonight, that changes the tenor of this game quite a bit because he's obviously quite good despite how much.
But I'm saying like even without your best player, like championship level teams still beat the team. And we've seen it multiple times this season. So I mean, like this just shows me like we need to just those wins were fun, but we gotta. This is like a nice little like reality check, and like we're not a championship level team this year, and
that's fine.
But I'm saying like we should just tank, but and then trade. Even though I like Gaff, man, but I can still tell. His ankle's still messing with him.
His ankle's not good.
Yeah, but I would trade him for anything. PJ, I like him, but man, this was a bad PJ game. Like mental wise, like physically, like he looked pretty good, but mentally, he just looked.
PJ kind of. Keep in mind, I really like PJ. But
me too. Because if we were so far back, I would love to keep PJ, man. But
he's the only one we can't trade. He's the only one who cannot be traded.
But I'm saying in the offseason.
Oh, sure. But
it's like you want to keep PJ because a player like that's so valuable. But I just feel like we're just so far away from like contending to where it's like you kind of want to get because I think in this NBA, man, you can get maybe like 2 firsts for him.
I wonder because he's a big wing who can shoot reasonably well. I mean,
and he's a great defender. And especially like. If he's locked in mentally, he is a borderline like all-star if he's like really locked in mentally. So it's like, man, you can get great value for that, but it's hard because like you want to keep those guys, man, because they're so hard to get, man. There's a reason why everyone wants Herb Jones, everyone wants him, PJ, like everyone wants these guys because they're so valuable, but. We're at the point now where it's like we just got to try to get whatever we can because I just don't feel like we're gonna win anything this year.
No, they probably aren't. They probably aren't. But I think once they start to trade some of the pieces, and they should trade one, things will fall into place, and we'll start to see.
Because I really want the Lauri pick this year, man. Because I don't want to be to where it's like we both missed out on the lottery and we lose in the first round. You know, like I don't want to be the Heat, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the Heat always make the playoffs, make the play-in team, and then make the playoffs, and then get bounced in the first round. So it's like I don't want to be that team, but I don't want to develop a losing culture either, because I can see, man, like you see with like Washington, kind of even like with Milwaukee, like Milwaukee, they have a losing culture when Giannis isn't there. So it's like I don't want to develop bad habits, but I don't want to be delusional and miss out on the lottery this year.
I get it. Well, I don't think we're gonna. So you said something earlier that made me go look at the schedule. You said you think they ought to try to rest Coop, and so they go from, let's see here. They play Detroit Thursday, then they go Philly, New Orleans, Denver, Golden State on Christmas. I think if they were to rest Flagg, it would be these two games following Christmas: Sacramento and Portland. Those are the last two games of the calendar year 2025. That's what I think might happen, and I'm just
because honestly, I would kind of rest them into and play them in the Christmas game, and then maybe rest them after, because I just don't like, because
these games are all like three of these. So the Denver game and the Christmas Day game are televised on national.
I'm saying like even like the Denver game, I would just rest them, but I mean. The Christmas game, no, because I do want
to get killed by the league if they rest guys on like nationally televised games.
Oh,
okay. So that's
okay.
But then again, now that I say that out loud,
I mean, he is visibly injured, so it's like So I mean, like you can. I mean, especially like if you see how his ankle is moving, like you can easily just say, man, like he's banged up. We're just gonna rest him versus Denver,
right.
and then hopefully have him versus a Golden State during a Christmas, and then rest him for these next two games. Especially because, like, man, he's so special, man. Like
they might now that I'm kind of just looking at this. If he's banged up, resting him against Detroit and Philadelphia, and then because I didn't even realize this. Now I'm looking at the schedule a little closer. Every game from the Denver game on December 23rd all the way to New Year's is on national television. They have 5 straight national television games.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna. But because man, but by the way, Coop, man, he's so special, man. Like there's still no comp for him because he's such a mix of everything.
I like that. Yeah,
because I see Tatum, I see Kawhi. I see a young Braun. I see a young Giannis. I see like a baby Kevin Garnett. Like even though even with like his like post work, I can see a little bit of Dirk in him. Like I see so many players that is so hard to like I see, and even though like I see a little bit of Cade as well, because like how Cade can manipulate a defense like by just crashing the paint. Well, and having total ball control and he's being like bigger, stronger than the people guarding him. Like I see that in Coop as well. I see so many players, man, that it's so hard to really pinpoint
it's
him down.
Nice.
I know it's nice because it's fun, but it's like it's also kind of mysterious because like you don't know his comp.
Yeah, right. And so who and I don't know about you.
So many players, man.
I think about
so many quality players too.
Well, I think about comps because I'm like, well, what kind of player do I want to pair him with?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of team would I want to build? And you just listed like 16 very different players, which makes this fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I see all of them, man. Like, and then I do think with his thumb hopefully getting healed, I do think like his 3-point shooting will go up, man.
Right. What if it's like January 15th and his thumb feels better and all of a sudden he's shooting 38% from 3?
Yeah.
Or like, what do we, Is he averaging 23 points a game kind of thing? That's pretty fun.
Like and that as like another comp, because like I see like a little mellow in him, like a Carmelo Anthony in him as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I see so many players, man. It's so fun, man. And Ryan, man, I like Ryan, man. Like I really hope. I don't think he can be a starter on championship, but I do think he can be a quality backup on the championship team, man. I really like him. And even Moose had an up and down game, you know. Like he gets a little jumpy, but that's also like kind of like helps him, you know. So it's like we have some good young guys, man. I would just trade whoever we can, you know, and then just kind of go with our young guys, man. Because I think it'll be a lot of fun, but we'll still lose, you know.
Sure.
So we kind of get the best of both. We kind of get what OKC had in 2023 and 2023. You know, like they were fun, but they still lost enough to where they still got a lottery pick.
Yep.
So it's like I kind of want that this year, you know, because I just don't. Yeah, and even though it was like 80, he just doesn't stay healthy enough to even consider making a champion, to even consider making a run, you know. So it's just like kind of just sit Kyrie for the whole season, like just try to convince him, you know. Because
I don't think it'll be that hard.
Because I guess the thing is I don't want to trade Kyrie, so I would just try to trade AD. Honestly, what do you think about maybe holding them into the offseason? Because I do think we can get more.
I don't.
In the offseason, really? Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Because he's not to be too disrespectful, but he's a banana left on the countertop too long. Like he's not going to get healthier, and that's not his fault. It's, if anything, his trade value is kind of raising because he's playing the position that he should be playing.
Oh, I got you.
So, but I don't know. I mean, I just think the right kind of deal has to come along. What's been very interesting to me about that, and I got Harold waiting. Harold, thank you for waiting.
My bad, Harold.
It's fine. This is everybody's chance to talk. It's just a platform, and it's I don't know who's going to be interested in him, and so I do think they won't sell short on him though. I kind of had wondered for a while if they would kind of just be happy with whatever they could get. And now I think they would be willing to carry him into the summer. I just don't want them to.
I got you. Yeah, because like I just don't want to just sell him off for cheap. Because when he's healthy and at the 5, man, like that's just not just one first round pick type player. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Like I don't just want a bunch of cap filler and one first round pick for him. You know. So
yes.
Like. If we have to wait until the offseason, I am fine with that because like I know we won't get a king's ransom for him, but I don't want to just get a scraps for him either.
Okay, man. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you taking the time.
Sure, thank you.
All right, talk soon. All right, coming up next is Harold. Harold, welcome to the show. How are you? Thanks for waiting.
You hear me?
I can. You sound good. What's going on?
Not much. The only question that I have is, how do you and Josh survive the next 5 years with another rebuild?
I mean, I'm not looking forward to a rebuild, but I also, like, when the game comes on, I'm pretty invested in the specific game. But when I think about the long term, it's not super fun because there's just, you know, if you're asking if I'm happy if like Jason Kidd would be in charge of the rebuild, like no.
But I would be happy if he would play like in his prime, but not. Yeah.
I also don't understand why he would want the general manager job.
I don't know either. Maybe because he didn't like Nico.
It's true.
Nico didn't like Luka, and he didn't like Nico. I don't know. Maybe he was, or sorry, I'm native from Germany. I have an accent.
I love it.
Okay. I think I don't know if he's the right guy. Maybe he is. He is kind of human who wants power and wants Einfluss, or they have a say in it, and that's good. But I don't know if how how can you fuck up this so badly in all this time? You know, you have somebody or some teams never have the chance to get to the conference finals, to the finals, and we fucked it up every time. It's I don't know why. Do you have any clue why?
Why they decided?
Why they decided that the championships or often to the Nash or all of it.
I mean, the Luka thing, I don't know if it will ever really make sense. I think that
never,
because
we have ID with who it. I still can't grasp it.
No,
sorry.
What we're going to understand, this is my opinion. I could be very wrong here, but I think in like 5 or 6 years, or maybe in 18 months or 2 years, somebody will go interview Nico Harrison, and Nico will talk about how he had the particular vision of the team. What's that?
He will be employed by the Lakers.
I mean, I don't know what, like, I doubt he ever works in basketball again, because the one thing that's become crystal clear, and this is even true from people who were,
but is it not like the Kevin Garnett deal a little bit from back in the days?
No, but I don't think Nico valued the ability to score off the dribble and play make off the dribble. I really think he undervalued that, because he thought
why did he then keep Kyrie?
Because I think he thought
he undervalued that.
I think he believed Kyrie could handle the position on his own, which goes to tell you how much he didn't understand why the Mavericks were good, because Kyrie worked off of Luka in a very,
we had the best backcourt in the league.
Just as, what do you call it, simpatico?
Oh, the second best.
Just such a brilliant way. They were so different as players, and that they connected in the right ways. And to think that Kyrie could do what Luka did and orchestrate a kind of a defense first mentality while protecting Kyrie,
but Kyrie can do things that Luka can't do. It's Kyrie is that special sometimes. That's the crazy part. How can you do this?
I know. It'll pain me, because I invested a lot of my life in watching that and watching Doncic grow.
The same, but can't do it anymore. I'm listening to your show, and also we're also there the whole time, and every time it doesn't make sense, and there must be something. Even Dirk was perplexed, and everybody else. I don't know. And now I love Coop. I wish him all the best, but maybe we had so much luck, and Luka was not traded. Had a cough or ACL tear, same as things. And now we had this year Kyrie, Luka, and Coop.
Yeah. Well, we have someone in the chat.
No problem. Sorry.
No. Someone in the chat says he said this. He said, Harold, it'll be sometimes there are no good answers. That's what someone in the chat says.
Yeah.
I think that's right. There are no good answers to this.
Yeah, but sometimes you do the shitty stuff over and over again, and that's what I we are Mavericks fans. We know Cuban made, and now we have Patrick.
Yeah.
Petty, petty. Yes, sorry, I just a little bit of ranting, but I can't grasp it anymore. And yeah, it's a coup uh, I I don't know. The first thing that I saw in him, he can be a boss of everything if he is really going to get his shot and everything up, and he's still 18. He can be one of the greatest players ever. He can be, and well,
I was very
he
interested in his defense, but his offense is
he's
so much better than I ever would have guessed.
Yeah, his driving, his shooting is not, but he has some ferocity and power, and I don't know. He can be. He can. I don't know what he can really be, but I don't know. Some of the best guards in the league, big guards, or I don't know. Do you call him a power forward, or what do you expect from him? Because he's lanky and not. Do you think he will be a power forward one day, or
I do. Or
small
maybe
ball center?
maybe small forward. Maybe I think he needs to play with someone who is very skilled
Like
and
Scottie Pippen.
and a passer. I think he is a good passer, but watching him play with Ryan Nembhard, point guards that see the floor and see things that are evolving are pretty valuable to a guy like Flagg. and he was obviously not a point guard.
Imagine he and Luka play together,
Sure.
or yeah, that he. Cooper plays better when he has a better team. Everybody does, because the team is, you see it on OKC. That's why they are, or some dynasties. But I don't know who. It's hard to say, but Luka will maybe the best player to play alongside Cooper.
Hey, would be fun one day, but we're a ways off from that. So
yeah, I know, but yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for joining the show. Hope you come back sometime. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a fan and listen to you, but never talk.
Sure.
5 o'clock in the morning. Should be asleep.
Well, get some rest, and I hope your day improves.
Kirk, thank you.
Sure.
I was once we talked. It was a few years back, everything. But thank you for all you do.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, this is the truth.
Yeah.
And I hope you get also some rest. And I don't know, Josh and you and we all fans. We think we have to go the new route, which is we trade Anthony Davis. Or what do you think?
I do. I think that's what happens.
I want to see it. I want to see it one time. Kyrie, AD, and Coop. Just to see it.
No, I would want to see that too. With 3 number 1 picks on the floor at the same time on the same team. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. It's tragic.
I'm not that great of an AD fan. That's the problem.
That's right. All right, buddy. Talk soon, okay?
Yeah. Let's hope.
All right. Have a good one. All right, guys. This has been fun. Always more fun than I think it's going to be. Sometimes I really don't want to do these, and then we talk for a while, and I like it. Everybody be good. You can join again on Thursday night after that Pistons game. Looking forward to seeing the Pistons play. We'll see if we can convince them that they need Anthony Davis. Everyone be good. Talk soon. Go Mavs.